Coming to you live in my vehicle during this thunderstorm that we got going on right now in Sebastian. It's been raining and we got a lot more of this stuff coming in. It's 90 degrees, believe it or not. Partly cloudy. Tonight's low will be 75. The rain chance is going to be increasing tonight, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at this point. Now, we'll have another weather report later this week. It might be too early to tell if it's really going to rain all weekend or not, but that's what's going on now. Just wanted to give everyone an update on our freeze-ups, on our video. We've been using the cellular services to do our streaming, and the cellular companies, all three of them, T-Mobile, Sprint, Verizon, have been telling us that the towers in our area have been congested because everyone's home still, everyone's using their phones, and that's what's been going on. It hasn't been our equipment, even though we have upgraded our equipment twice. It's been that. But we're looking at some other things we can do to solve that problem with the audio and the freeze-ups and all of that. So just be patient with us for now. We're going to get that fixed. There's a special city council meeting tonight. It's been called by Damien Gilliams to discuss the annexation. Legal experts say that this does put the city in a bad spot because there is some kind of litigation going on. It's really not finished. Residents say this is another non-emergency by Gilliams, and they believe he's just abusing these special meetings to politic. These special meetings are usually reserved for emergencies only, such as the hurricanes or bad weather, stuff like that is what these meetings are usually, or COVID-19. But that's what is going on tonight. It starts at 5 o'clock at City Hall with the special meeting. Also, Damien Gilliams and Pamela Parris are facing additional Sunshine Law complaints. It's being filed by Michael Barfield. He's an open government advocate. He said Tuesday that he will be filing an amended complaint to address additional Sunshine Law violations. Barfield is one of the plaintiffs in the lawsuit against the two city council members as well as the city of Sebastian. This is that big lawsuit. He told Sebastian Daily this morning, we've also learned about additional violations, and we will be filing an amended complaint to address those issues very soon. Barfield also said that Gilliams and Parris claimed that the court had already issued an injunction and nothing else needs to be done with this lawsuit. However, Barfield disagrees. He's moving forward. He also said that as one of the plaintiffs, by the way, Barfield is the person who was one of the plaintiffs who won the Sunshine Law violation case against the city of Venice for $1.5 million. He is going to ask the judge to relieve the city of Sebastian as a defendant on this case. But it's all up to the judge. The judge might not do that. So this case is that big one that we've been watching very carefully. But it's unfortunate that, now there's additional violations amended on this court case. And we're going to keep you informed of what happens. We haven't seen the update to that complaint yet, and when we do, we'll get it online. We have an article on SebastianDaily.com. Should Sebastian be wearing face masks? As we know, the Center of Disease Control recommends wearing a cloth face covering in public settings when you cannot social distance. However, they do not recommend face masks for children under the age of 2 or anyone who has trouble breathing, such as COPD or asthma. However, you can decide what is best for you and your family. You can read the entire article, SebastianDaily.com. Last Friday, a Sebastian woman left her kids at home with dirty diapers while she drank at a local bar. Police said that 32-year-old Brittany Judah of Sebastian was out drinking at Earl's Hideaway Lounge last Friday until around 1 a.m. Now, a friend was with her. Her friend drove her home and discovered that her home was a mess and there were 2 children in dirty diapers. The friend immediately contacted the police about the filthy living conditions, An officer stopped by, went into the home, found a 3-year-old who had an overflowing of diaper feces. The child also had a black eye and bug bites on his leg. And there was also a 7-month-old, also in a dirty diaper with a red rash. The friend told police she was with Judah for several hours at the bar and had no idea that she left her children alone at the house. So there's other news going on. For all the news, just go to SebastianDaily.com and you can see all the headlines. Coronavirus update. There was only one additional COVID-19 case in Sebastian as of yesterday, and there was only one in Fellsmere. Now, hold on. This only means that there was a lack of tests that happened like we've seen every weekend and on Monday. So let's not get all joyful about that yet. This is a normal thing. Let's wait till tomorrow, because Wednesday is when we start seeing those higher numbers. If you look at the graph charts, usually on the Wednesday. So let's watch what happens tomorrow on the update. But you know, there is some good news. The number of deaths still low, and so forth. Now there's a rumor going around that Florida may be going under another shutdown. We've talked to some sources in Tallahassee that say that it's unlikely, as of right now, that there would be a statewide shutdown. These are the same sources who have been updating us on other things like when Florida reopened, phase 1, phase 2. So they've said that right now a statewide shutdown is highly unlikely. Again, you know, the number of deaths is very low, number of cases is very high. But the governor said that more people in their 20s and 30s now are contracting the coronavirus, and they are recovering. And there's a lot more people being tested right now. So it is alarming that these numbers are high, and it has triggered some people thinking, hey, we're going to shut down again, but right now we're not. However, Miami-Dade is shutting down effective tomorrow, and there's going to be some kind of curfew with that too. They're in a state of distress right now, and it's far different than what's happening up here in Indian River County and Brevard County. So like I said, right now it's just a rumor. There's no plan of a statewide shutdown, according to sources in Tallahassee. Hey, please wear a mask in stores, wash your hands regularly, and practice social distancing. I understand the mask debate, but you know, we'll talk about that more in another segment. But we just have to really do everything we can to fend this off. Now, some health experts say that the more that people contract the virus, that it puts up an immunity across the city and the state and whatever. But, you know, there's so much information going on out there from health experts. You know, the thing we have to do before reading all these other stories and health experts and opinionated articles, we just have to wash our hands and do what's right for ourselves and keep ourselves safe. If you think that wearing a mask is going to protect you and someone else, just do it. I mean, I see a lot of elderly people in the stores. More elderly people are wearing a mask, which is actually going to protect other people than themselves. I see that more often than younger people. So, you know, just do what you have to do to stay safe. As long as you stay safe and you're doing everything that CDC recommends, there shouldn't be any kind of fear or panic about it. Just wash your hands regularly, especially when you're in stores. If you can't social distancing is the biggest thing you can do. Over the weekend, we've seen a lot of people on the islands, the barrier islands, the sandbar, just large gatherings of people. And that's fine, but we're not seeing the social distancing. And it's really concerning a lot of the elderly people here, the elder population, because if they get it, I mean, they could die. So, you know, we just have to really try to protect ourselves and protect everyone else and try to fight this thing. I sound like a broken record because I've been saying this since March. You know, wear a mask, social distance, and wash your hands. But just try to do what you think is best for you. You have to stay safe during this pandemic. Let's get on to some local numbers. Sebastian, 85 cases. Fellsmere, 217. Palm Bay, 537. Malabar, 16 cases. Grant, 12 cases. Barefoot Bay, 8 cases. But that also includes Mico. Now, the health department in South Brevard decided to combine Barefoot Bay and Mico as one, which doesn't really make a lot of sense, but because Mico is so small and Brevard is so large, they combined it together. So again, at 8 cases. Wabasso went up 1 to 3 cases. Vero Beach is 610 cases, and that includes areas like Vero Lake Estates and other areas around Vero Beach. Why they did that, I don't know, because we tried to get the zip code of just Vero Lake Estates to see what the exact number was, and it was -5 on the chart. So we've been asking the health department to please divide up those sections because they're not all one. You know, the 610 people in the city of Vero Beach, I mean, that's not really true. I mean, it's spread out. It's west and east and Vero Lake Estates. So they have to divide those numbers up. Indian River County, let's take a look. We're over 1,000 cases. It's 1,011 cases now in Indian River County. 17 deaths, 69 people in the hospital. Brevard County, 2,777 cases in Brevard County, and 20 deaths, 140 hospitalizations. And Florida, 224,000 cases, 3,900 deaths, 16,000 hospitalizations, and get this, over 2 million people have tested negative for COVID-19. That's a large number of people who have tested negative for that. So, and there's also, the health department is also dividing up the hospitalization numbers now. They are giving us a number of how many people went to the emergency room thinking they had COVID-19, and then how many people were admitted to the hospital. So, this goes back to my previous video when I said that there were health care workers arguing with our stats saying, oh no, there's not 69 people in the hospital in Indian River County. We saw 100 or whatever. That is because there's people rushing into the emergency room thinking they're sick or have COVID-19, and that is a number. But the people that actually get admitted, the number is a lot lower. Now, we also believe that there could be a little more than the 69 people in Indian River County in the hospital, and we're still waiting to find out more information on that. So, you know, this is a fact of life right now. I personally didn't think that we were going to have this coronavirus in the middle of July, to be honest with you, but here we are, and I tell you what, this is not going to go away anytime soon. We are going to be fighting this virus every day for several months, right, as it looks right now. So we have to do everything we can to stay safe, and you know, and it just, I know I'm not the only one when I say this, but it's kind of upsetting when we have division when it comes to the coronavirus. Okay, we already have division with politics. Now we got division with this virus, and it's like, can't we all just figure out something and compromise, you know, because there's so much misinformation going out there, and people are forwarding it, and people are sharing it on Facebook, and you know, we just have to follow the CDC guidelines. There's people that still believe that this is a conspiracy from China. Listen, this is a reality, and until someone knows someone who contracted the virus and died, they're not really going to understand how serious this is. I mean, we have to take this serious. We have to wear the masks. You know, I know people are going to beat me up for this and say, oh, the masks are not good. And that's why I'm saying to you, do what's best for you and your family, but please keep, you know, wash your hands regularly, and and social distance. Social distance is the biggest way to fight this virus. Social distance. So I just want to bring that up today. Again, I'm in my car today because of the storm that we had today here in Sebastian. It looks like it's clearing up a little bit, and next time I'll be somewhere nice, like on the river or out there by the inlet. I hope you have a great day today. Tomorrow we will be back. Remember, there's another city council meeting tomorrow at City Hall at 6 o'clock. That is a regular scheduled meeting. I'm Andy